Welcome back to Hannity. Now, for years, right here on this program, I have been speaking out against the dirty, race-baiting tactics, the made-up war on women that those on the left use to gin up emotion and drive some ill-informed voters to the polls. Now, with only days to go until the election, one top Democrat is actually agreeing with me. Watch this.
I believe that in ways large and small, peaceful and sometimes violent, that the biggest threat to the future of our children and grandchildren is the poison of identity politics that preaches that our differences are far more important than our common humanity.
All right, joining me now to respond to President Clinton's comments is his former special counsel. He loves the Clintons, Lanny Davis. You know, Lanny, I think back when Hillary was going against Barack Obama, Bill Clinton said, they used the race card on me. And they planned it from the very beginning. Remember that?
Yeah.
So now we see the race card being played in Georgia, North Carolina. We heard Mary Landrieu's comments. I can trace the history in modern Democratic politics. It goes back for decades now. And I think it's even gotten worse this year. What do you say to that?
Well, first of all, I love Bill Clinton for what he stands for, which, despite all the divisions we remember when he was president, he got some pretty hard shots thrown at him. He's always been somebody who sees common principles and doesn't go for ad hominem, what Charles was talking about, personal attacks. That's why identity politics is anathema to him. I agree with him completely. I think both parties do it. I think we're all paying a penalty, and the American people are disgusted with both parties and the polarization that we see here in Washington.
Okay, let me ask you this,
it's not just
then.
the Democrats.
All right, so, well, we got Mary Landrieu this year. We got it happening on behalf of Kay Hagan in North Carolina, Michelle Nunn in Georgia. Those are three examples where the Democratic Party is using the race card this year. And I can play all the tapes and show you all the flyers. Give me one example this season where you've seen Republicans doing it.
I really haven't followed the Republicans very much. I must say that I get more bothered when it comes from Democrats because they're my party. I certainly remember
so there is no
Republicans.
example.
In years past, I remember the Willie Horton ad. I think Republicans have a history. Lee Atwater apologized for it. So I just think that Michelle Nunn made a mistake in allowing this to happen. She's a very good person. Mary Landrieu is an outstanding person. I don't think she defended
Mary
the
Landrieu,
notion of
Lanny.
Of the race.
Michelle Nunn did.
I don't think she meant it. I don't think they meant it that way, Sean, but I give them the benefit of the doubt.
Well, that's what she said. We played the I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, but Mary Landrieu called the people in her state racist and sexist yesterday in her interview with Chuck Todd.
I haven't seen the interview. I've read about it. I know her for years. She's a really good person. If she said that, that's not the Mary Landrieu that I know. But I'd like to see the full context. I'd like to see the full context.
She was very straightforward.
I'd rather tell you what I think about why I'm right than waste time on looking at another.
I know you read it. It's not. You know what, Lanny? If one party is dividing the country, male versus female, black versus white, rich versus poor, old versus young, that is a major significant issue. If those are the tactics they've got to use to win. Let me use, for example, Mitt Romney had binders of women's resumes, people that he would like to have hired if he became president. That became such a big deal in the 2012 election. Listen to what the Democratic candidate, Shaheen, is saying about Nikki Haley, and more importantly, after, let's assume he misspoke, watch the reaction both of the crowd and his reaction. Watch this.
She vetoed our public school teachers' pay raises. The same year, she gave her own staff 25% pay increases. That is the worst kind of politics, and we are going to escort her out the door. We're going to escort her out the door. Y'all, think about it, y'all. All right, calm down out there.
That really creepy laugh, escort whore out the door, doesn't apologize, laughs about it, the crowd laughs about it. If a Republican did that, Lanny, you and I both know it would be Katie bar the door. Goodbye. That candidate's finished by the media. I'm sure you don't accept that, do you?
No, I think it's disgusting, and I wish that person wasn't a Democrat. I've seen same kind of horrible stuff from Republicans over the years, and if we agree on anything, what Bill Clinton is trying to tell the American people is we can be liberals and conservatives and debate the issues. I am a friend of Hillary Clinton's because that's the kind of person she is. And if she runs for president and she runs against Jeb Bush, I hope it isn't Jeb Bush because he'll be the toughest one of all. It's going to be a high-level campaign where they don't engage in that kind of nonsense and that disgusting, divisive politics. They'll debate the issues.
Let me ask you then a tough question.
Will be able to benefit from that.
You're a very good friend with the Clintons. I know you love Bill and Hillary. It was such a big issue in 2012, the so-called manufactured war on women, because Mitt Romney had women's resumes in a binder. Who do you think has a worse record with women? Would it be Bill Clinton or Mitt Romney?
You know, I think Mitt Romney is a pretty good guy, and I think his positions on issues on choice would be viewed as something I strongly disagree with. I wouldn't attribute
How about Bill Clinton's treatment of women?
A war on women. So where I differ with my fellow Democrats is I say I disagree with you on the issue. Then I don't apply a label, the war on women. Never liked that, still don't. But I strongly disagree with the Republican Party's position in its platform on opposing
to comment
abortion
about Bill.
And getting.
Did Bill mistreat women?
Clinton
Bill Clinton personally.
Bill Clinton has had his personal weaknesses, and you always love to dwell on that.
Weaknesses?
But I think he apologized to
women.
I think he apologized to the country plenty of times to even satisfy you, Sean. And you want to dwell on that? I think what he said about identity politics,
asking, considering this is such a big topic by the Democrats.
Well, you haven't gone past 1998. I know that's when you had your
I'm way past it.
Spiking, but now you're talking good talk about Bill Clinton.
When we come back, tonight's question of the day. It's about Halloween. Straight ahead.